of like, oh, they want to open up a barber shop, want to open up a hair salon, want to sell something on the corner shop or corner street, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is this: the world have progressed, the world have moved on, right? We are no longer in the 1990s or even the early 2000s, right? We are right now in the online sphere, the online industry, where right now whereby it's easier now to do big things and greater things, like what they used to the things they used to kind of lock us out of in the past, right? Now it's more accessible for everybody, you and I, to sit at the table and make big things happen. So when he was talking about his dream for Core Kingdom University, I was truly inspired to see an African American man that wants to start a university that many times in the past was not people that look like him and me were not opportune to such kind of opportunity. So I was really inspired by Core Kingdom University and by the name too, Core Kingdom. That shows you that he wants to have a university that is also about the kingdom of God and also to about helping people to be trained, whether in theology, psychology, in business, or just in the world out there. And so what I want to share today is that we need to follow the inspiration of Dr. Marlon and Core Kingdom University in terms of our ability to dream bigger. That they said we cannot go beyond the way we dream, right? If you think small, your life will be small. If you solve a small problem, you will get a small reward. If you solve a big problem, you get a big reward, right? It's time for us, especially African Americans, let's start thinking about generational blessings, generational success, generational wealth. And we can't just say, oh, well, we want generational blessings from God and just say with our mouth, but our actions does not align to our profession. It doesn't work like that. You see, what comes out of our mouth, what comes out of our confession has to also align with our profession as well, right? So we can't say Abraham blessings are ours and the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof and all of these blessings are coming to us, but we keep thinking small. We keep doing small things. We keep allowing fear, allowing this and the other to hold us back. That's not the way of God. We need to come to the new horizon where we're on the mountaintop, where we can dream bigger, where we can think bigger, where we can solve bigger problems, right? Where we can be talking about starting schools and universities and Bible colleges and software companies and technology companies and all these great things that are happening in the world today. But fortunately, African Americans are so behind in this area. And now we're worried about the wealth inequality and we think everything is racism. No, everything is not. Many times, we're just not ready. We're not just doing the things that will take us out of where we were to bigger opportunities, right? And it's so important that we begin to dream bigger. We begin to think bigger. We begin to try to solve bigger problems for the world. See, Core Kingdom University is trying to solve a bigger problem for the world, trying to make university, higher education, quality and also affordable. When my wife got a master's degree from one of these fancy online schools, guys, it set us back $54,000 in loan. And this is the worst part of the story. Not the $54,000 in loan, student loan for a master's degree. She couldn't find a job with it. The best job she got was they trying to offer $15 an hour. So tell me, how are you going to pay back a student loan that after you spend 2 years to get that degree and you only making $50 an hour? How are you going to pay your rent, pay your bill, pay for gas, support your family, and still pay back that loan. So we know that something is broken in the way education has become so for profit in America, that people are being taught things in these fancy schools that doesn't translate to regular life, and then they put in all this student loan debt. They make education that should be 1 or 2 years, they make it 4 years, because the longer they keep you in school, the more money they're going to make from you. We know this game. But our people are this particular school she went to, right? Most of the the students are African American women, because African American women want education. And let me tell you something else that will shock you. Why we all need to applaud our brother Dr. Marlon today. This is what statistics shows. When it comes to higher advanced educational degree, black men are the least in that demography. Black men have a higher chance of, or have a higher propensity, higher denomination in terms of the numbers of only getting GD, going to jail, dying young, being on drugs, being destitute, and all of these and negative anomalies in the culture. There are fewer black men with PhDs than in any other culture or demographic. Black women have a higher tendency, higher propensity, higher numbers of getting advanced degree. Black women are more likely to get a master's and PhD than a black man. Something is wrong. So when we see a black man today starting a school to change that narrative, to make it easy, because one of the problem with black men is I don't want to go sit in a school for 4 years and be taught something that doesn't make sense to me and be in a student loan debt. That's what black men tell me. But somebody like Dr. Marlon is solving that problem and call Kingdom University. You don't need to stay in 4 years to get a good education. You can go to Call Kingdom University and do that. You don't need to spend all this big student loan debt. Call Kingdom University is very affordable. So what are we supposed to do today? And I'm rounding off because my time is coming to a close. We need to support him. We need to support this dream. We need to support it. This is breaking statistics. Show me how many black people in America have a reputable university. Very few. So when we see our own doing great things like this, we need to support him. We need to subscribe to the school. Even if you got a first degree, go to Call Kingdom University for a master's. Oh, you got a master's from some of these fancy schools that was never relevant to your life. Go to Call Kingdom University for your PhD. Oh, maybe you got a PhD before. Go to Call Kingdom University to get another PhD. There's something wrong with getting 2 or 3 of these degrees, because not only are you getting that education that you need, that is quality and affordable, but you are also supporting, you are also being a part of history that is being made today. I dare say there are very few that I have seen in our culture that is as brave as this man to do something that will outlive him, to educate, to empower, to make quality higher education affordable and qualitative at the same time. Make it easy online. You don't have to even worry about missing class with your teacher. You don't have to worry about when does the semester start, when does this start. You don't have to worry about that. Self-paced. Start at any time. Finish at your own time and pace. Monthly tuition payment if that works for you. It's a degree that'll be relevant to you. Finish in months instead of years. All these qualities that Call Kingdom is bringing out today. So let's applaud him. Let's applaud his wonderful wife. Let's applaud Call Kingdom University, the staff, the board of regents, everybody that is a part of this. But let's also support our own. That's my final plea to us. Let's support our own. Find ways. Talk to him and say, send me the flyer. Put the flyer out there. 10 people that should come to the school. Share the website out there, right? Let us begin to support one another. My grandma, before she went home, said, always told me that charity begins at home. So, home is where the success of Core Kingdom University should be. So, finally, my brethren, let's begin to think bigger in our culture. Other people building Facebook, building Twitter, building Snapchat, building Clubhouse. They don't have a better brain like us. God did not give the black person an inferior brain and give some other culture superior brain. No. But many times they are able to do well because of the environment of empowerment, the environment of you can do something. America belongs to you. Nothing can hold you back. Dream big. And then many of us, we grew up in an environment when people are like, oh, you can't get certain things because of this or that and that. And many times we don't know, even though some of it is true, have also hindered us. That when we try to think, we try to settle for a small business, barber shop, hair salon, braiding, corner store. But you can't make billions of dollars like these other people are doing with those type of businesses. We need to open schools. We need to open software companies. Some of you here should build the next technology company that would change the world. That's why I started Vonza.com. And you have to check it out. VONZA is the only black-owned all-in-one SaaS company. We started it because I'm not gonna let nobody tell me that my brain is inferior because I have an accent or because of my skin color. The devil is a liar. God does not play favorites. Anyone that is ready for it, that can dream it, can work hard for it, God can make it possible. So that is my word of admonition today, and congratulations to everybody. But like I said earlier, let us support. Okay? It might not tell you starting a school is not a small expenditure. It's big. If everyone can make a donation today, even if you're not ready for a degree yet, call him, text him, and say, hey, send me a link. He can send you a form link on something. Say, send me a link. I want to give 1,000. I want to give 500. I want to give 200. I want to give $100. Not because I need a degree right now, but I want you to know that I believe in what you are doing. We can't just say with our mouths and not support as well. That will go a long way to encourage him, to encourage his wonderful wife, to encourage the school, the staff, that we are supporting him, and we want this school to be as big as Harvard tomorrow, or as Yale or some of those other fancy schools. Okay, that's my word of admonition, and may God continue to bless you all. Bless Dr. Marlon and his wonderful wife, Dr. Shanita, and Core Kingdom University. Amen.